Okay, man. I don't even know what to say, man. What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, Eagles Nation, man? How we feeling out there? It's your boy TK, the official, man. Welcome back to another episode of TK Sports Talk, where we talk about the NFL, but more importantly, we talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Listen, man. I could take a loss, and it's no secret. I'm sure you can tell um, by my demeanor how I'm feeling right now, and it's not like exhibiting signs of one who's happy that his team just won. Um, I'm actually trying to express um, the signs of a fan that's trying to figure out how to detract something from this game that he just watched for the last 3 hours. 10-1. The Philadelphia Eagles, it's, to be honest, it's been an up and down. It's been a roller coaster of a season, man. And a lot of things have been said about us out there in the media, and it's really not about that, man. It's really about how we feel, but I don't know how we feel because the bottom line is, in all honesty, the truth of the matter is that we know that we've not played what we want to say is a complete football game. Okay, we're still not playing up to the standard that we think that we should be able to play at. Although still winning games, knowing that these type of games can cost us. Now, yeah, we've beaten some good teams, okay? But we knew what kind of game this was going up against the San Francisco 49ers. You knew, everybody knew, I knew, okay? We know that we was holding on to that 10-1 mantle, and we was the number one team in the league, and we beat Miami, and we beat Kansas City, and we beat Buffalo, and let's be real, man. We shouldn't take nothing away from those victories that we had because those were hard fought victories. They really were, okay? But if there's any team out there that matches up against us and is able to do the type of things that we do, but maybe execute it even better and at a higher level, it's the San Francisco 49ers, man. And we saw that today as the Philadelphia Eagles take a crazy L, man. I don't even have the final score. I think the final score was 40 to 19, 42 to 19. Something wild, man. Something wild like that. Yeah, I think it was 42 to 19, man. Philadelphia Eagles got their asses whooped, man. It looked promising in the first quarter. The Philadelphia Eagles came out. They were driving the ball down there, but they weren't converting in the red zone. And they was able to get the first two drives. The Philadelphia Eagles were able to get into the red zone, and on defense, they were able to force the 49ers to go 3 and out. The 49ers had -6 yards in the first quarter. All right, but the Philadelphia Eagles, unfortunately, when they got to the red zone, they were not able to cash those in for touchdowns, and they kept settling for field goals, man. And we know that's a recipe for disaster when you're playing a really good team, no matter where you're playing at, home, on the road, in a neutral location. You cannot miss opportunities to cash in and get 6 points or 7 points each and every time you get down there, because the Eagles was able to get 3 points, and then the Eagles was able to get another 3 points, totaling 6 points. And then when San Francisco finally got things going, as soon as they scored, they up 7-6. So it seemed like all that work that you did in the first quarter was for nothing because you weren't able to cash in. You weren't able to make it count, man. And for the last couple of weeks, the last couple games that we played, and that's been one of the things that the Eagles have been very good at. I think, they were 10 for 10 for their last 10 trips in the red zone as far as scoring touchdowns. And to be honest, that's winning football, okay? Especially when you're playing up against teams that are of the same talent level that you are. All right, that's how we've been able to win football games. We've seen where we've been able to go 4 for 4 in the red zone, and another team went 2 for 4 in the red zone, and we wound up being able to win a game. And when you look back at it, that's a part of the reason. All right, so I'm not quite sure what to take from this game because the Philadelphia Eagles were thoroughly outplayed. The Philadelphia Eagles were thoroughly outcoached, and so it's just like we're not the best team in the NFL no more. I mean, that's done. That's over, All right. I can't say that I could look at you or you could look at another person in the eye and still think that you're the best in the league. And I don't necessarily know that it's about being the best team in the league. It's about preparing ourselves to get ready to go on that journey so that we can make it back to the Super Bowl and hopefully this time win it. But man, to get beat 42-19 at home in the fashion that we did, in the way that we did, and normally we're a second half team. We're able to make adjustments, but today I saw no adjustments on the offensive side. I saw no adjustments on the defensive side. All right. In the first quarter, we were able to get pressure. It seemed like the only adjustments were made was San Francisco, because in the first quarter we was able to get pressure with our D-line. Consistent pressure. And then all of a sudden that pressure, we weren't able to get it. We have to send an extra man, sometimes blitz 5, sometimes blitz 6, in order to try to get some type of sustainable pressure. But a lot of the passing plays, they were keeping tight ends in, all right, and just to help them be able to show up the pass. And they sent 3 guys out in the pattern, and it looks like the Eagles were sitting back in a lot of zone tonight instead of trying to play any kind of man coverage, because the 49ers was eating the Philadelphia zone up, man. They were just absolutely eating it up, man. Let's get into the numbers, man. Let's look and see what was going on here. All right, as you can see here, Brock Purdy was 19 for 26, 314 yards with 4 total touchdowns passing. All right, for a quarterback rating of 148.8. I think a perfect quarterback rating is 158.3. So by my math, he wasn't he was not even that far off. He almost had a perfect game out there throwing the ball. And mind you, this is a team that started the first quarter -6 yards on total offense, man. All right, Christian McCaffrey today. I don't know what's been going on with our run defense lately, but it's been really soft. Jordan Davis is playing, Fletcher Cox is playing, Milton Williams is playing, Jalen Carter is playing. So I don't have no excuse for why the run defense isn't playing as well as it was in a couple of first 10 games of the season, or first 8 games of the season, because all the same cast of characters are there. All right. Now, is it that we need to play more of a 5-man down front and we're not playing so much of that? It may be it may be a thing. But that's something that we got to look at, man, because we cannot be getting dominated against the run the way that we are, man. Christian McCaffrey, look at the numbers, man. 17 carries for 93 yards and a touchdown. I thought he had more than 93 yards, to be honest with you, man. He was cutting through that left side like butter, and it seemed like they was running the same play over and over and over. And I got to give it to Trent Williams, because a lot of guys talk about how he's the best tackle in the league and how he's so instrumental to San Francisco and how they need him on his team. And some people even try to say that Trent Williams is the MVP of the league. And I just think that that's a ridiculous thing to say. But I got to say, man, he really made a difference tonight, man. They just kept running to his side, and every time they was running to his side, he just was creating holes, and they was just running right behind him. And every time they wanted to run, that's where they was running to, and the Eagles could not stop it. They just could not stop it, man. Deebo Samuels, I got to give you your credit, Deebo. All right, I still think you a little punk ass, but I got to give you your credit today, because you came into the link today and you showed your ass, man. Deebo Samuels was able to go out there and get 3 touchdowns. All right, 2 receiving, in which he had 4 receptions for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he also had 3 carries for 22 yards and a touchdown. Deebo Samuels, he showed his ass, man. He was able to get off in some screens. He was able to break a couple different tackles. He runs hard, and he was able to get in that pay dirt and hit his head on the goalpost, man, 3 times tonight. I just don't know what to take of a game where you get thoroughly outplayed. And I don't want to say that San Francisco came in here and bitched the Philadelphia Eagles, but they definitely was the more physical team. They play physical, and just the way that they hit us on offense and the way that they hit us on defense. Everything they did, they came in and, let me just be honest, they came in and played bully ball. is what the San Francisco 49ers did, man. They came into Philadelphia and they played bully ball once they got on that football field, all right? Once they knew what was going on and they was able to withstand the storm, it's like, all right, they came out, it's like you in a boxing match and they come out in the first couple rounds, man, and you giving them all you got, and that boxer realized, yo, he ain't got nothing. I done took all he had in these first 2 rounds, and I just realized that he ain't got nothing. So let me start opening it up and start throwing some punches so I can get homie out of here because he can't hurt me. And that's what happened in this particular game. The Philadelphia Eagles, the San Francisco 49ers realized that the Philadelphia Eagles couldn't hurt them. That's what happened. They realized, they said, you know what, man? The Philadelphia Eagles cannot hurt me. So let's go ahead and do what we do. And that's what happened, man. All right. Jalen Hurts tonight. Let's look at the numbers for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, 26 of 45. That's a problem right there. All right. Because I can't understand what kind of game plan do you want to have where Jalen Hurts has to throw the ball 45 times in a game. And to be honest, there was never a time where we were so far down that we had to throw the ball the way that we were throwing the ball, because we was down 7-6, just straight dropping back and just throwing the ball. I mean, I'm talking 7, 8, 9 plays in a row, just drop back throw. Not even an attempt to run the ball. Not a quarterback draw, not a read zone, not an outside zone, not an inside zone, not an RPO, not nothing. You know? Once we got down 14-6, same thing. 21-6, same thing. You know? I don't know why we get so caught up in passing the ball. I mean, I know Nick Sirianni was a wide receiver when he played in college, and I know that Brian Johnson was a very talented quarterback when he played for the University of Houston. So between the two of them, I'm thinking that they just want to throw the ball all the time. 100% of the time, that's what they want to do. They want to throw the ball, but that's not what's working for this particular offense. And maybe that's not the kind of quarterback that we have, okay? We need to be able to have some type of balance here. And I think that hurts. When you're playing a team against San Francisco and they know that every play, what you want to do is throw the ball. And I'm talking at a time where it was 7-6. I'm talking at a time where it was 3-0. I'm talking at a time where it was 6-0. We was just throwing the ball like we didn't respect San Francisco's offense enough that we felt like we needed to keep them off the field. And so the defense started to get worn out. They was on the field. The offense started going 3 and out, and not really sustaining any kind of drives, man. And San Fran started getting that thing rolling. All right? San Fran absolutely started getting that thing rolling, man. So, again, Jalen Hurts was 26 for 45 yards for 26 for 45, 26 completions and 45 attempts for 298 yards and a touchdown and 85.2 yard quarterback rating. But, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of those yards came in garbage time. I'm just call it what it is. Because if Dak Prescott or another quarterback like that would wind up coming out there and putting on that type of show, and the fan was coming to me talking about something, or they threw for this, that, and the third, I'll be like, yo, a lot of that was in garbage time. And I'm going to say straight up, hey, yo, a lot of that yards that Jalen Hurts threw for was in garbage time. Let's just keep it a buck. It was in garbage time, all right? Probably about 80 of those yards was in garbage time, which means he would have had another 200-yard day, okay? All right, now look, Jalen's still my man. I'm rocking with him because I'm not so sure that it's him. I'm thinking it's more Brian Johnson than anything. And I'm not trying to hate on Brian Johnson, but we all know that the offense has been inconsistent. The only thing about the offense is that it's the only thing consistent about the offense is it's been inconsistent. All right. Jalen Hurts rushed for 7 attempts for 20 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 6 attempts for 13 yards. Again, Jalen Hurts 7 attempts. DeAndre Swift 6 attempts for 7 yards. That's how you know the Eagles decided not to run the ball. There was never a time where the Eagles couldn't have been running the ball. When the Eagles got to kick a field goal, we wasn't running the ball like that. When the Eagles got to kick their second field goal, it still came off of a ton of passes. We weren't running the ball like that. When the Eagles were down 7-6, and we could have been running the ball, we wasn't running the ball. We was still passing the ball like that. I got San Francisco 49er fans hit me up on my timeline while I'm trying to make this video right now. All right, I gotta go out there and sit there and say to these people that, listen, y'all a better team. Y'all came to my city. Y'all dressed up my Rocky statue and all this 49er shit. You know, y'all came inside my home and y'all put y'all feet up on my couch and said, nigga, I dare you to kick me out. All right? And said, I dare you to kick me out. Because I gotta watch some of the things that I say. But, let's talk about the receivers. Just go through the numbers here. A.J. Brown, 8 catches for 114 yards. Devontae Smith, 9 catches for 99 yards and a touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell, 5 catches for 42 yards. I mean, what are we doing here? All right. I was sad that Dallas Goedert wasn't able to play in this game, man. I really felt like if we would have had Dallas Goedert, he would have been able to affect the coverage, man, because, it's difficult when you can play with a safety in a hole. It's already one thing dealing with a guy like Fred Warner, a guy who's rangy, a guy that can play that cover 2 linebacker and drop back, a guy who can come up and attack the run. But then when you can play with a safety in a hole, a safety that's able to roam the middle of the field, because there's no Dallas Goedert, there's no threat at the tight end position where I have to devote a safety to man up on this particular guy. So San Francisco was really able to sit back and make things difficult for us. And I just don't understand for the life of me why we don't lean on the running game. I mean, you got one of the biggest offensive line that's out there in the league. You got the biggest left side that's out there. San Francisco repeatedly, time after time, kept running to the left side. And I'm thinking, why don't we do the same thing? Why don't we keep sticking with the run until we find something that works, whether it's the inside zone, outside zone, whether it's the counter tray, whether it's the sweep, whether it's the dive, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's figure out what we can get effectively out of some of that. Maybe we need to running through the hurry up, what's going on? Maybe we're not cutting off the backside linebacker, which is stopping some of our runs. So maybe we need to just come to the sideline, look on the pad, and figure out what we're doing. But I mean, let's just look at it and see how many attempts the Philadelphia Eagles had. The Philadelphia Eagles had, let me see, 7, 6, that's 13. Add another 2. Okay, that's 15 plus 1 from Boston Scott. That's 16 attempts running the football. When, okay, I know the scores say that it was 42-19, but the game wasn't that out of hand until mid-third way into the into the third quarter, till midway into the third quarter in the second half. All right, the Philadelphia Eagles had time, man, and I don't know what to say. Are we who we thought we were? What do y'all think? Do y'all think, does this game say that we're not who we think that we are? Because we thought that we were a team that was headed back to the Super Bowl. We thought that we were a team that was winning close games because teams are giving us their best effort, but we are still the best team out here. We thought that we were a team that could line up with anybody out there and never get blown out. Well, today, we got smacked. Today, the Philadelphia Eagles got blown out. Today, Nick Sirianni got out-coached. Today, Brian Johnson got out-coached. Today, Sean Desai got out-coached. Whoever, Kevin Patullo, whoever's on the coaching staff, everybody got out-coached. Today, Jalen Hurts got outplayed. Today, the offensive line got outplayed. Today, the defensive line got outplayed. The linebackers got outplayed. The secondary got outplayed. Everyone on the Philadelphia Eagles got outplayed today. This is, I mean, it's one thing if we just had a bad game where we had a whole bunch of turnovers and things like that. It's one thing if we lost in a close game and I could point to a couple things here and there that was the reason why we lost. No, I can't do that. We lost because we were not good enough to win the football game today in no phase of the game. Offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. And in no way, shape, or form were we the better football team. And it pains me to say that. But it's someone asked me, they needed this. This is a wake-up call. And you know what my response was? A wake-up call for who? Who is this a wake-up call for? Why? Who? Tell me, who's getting the wake-up call? Is it Nick Sirianni? Is it Jalen Hurts that's getting the wake-up call? Is the offensive line that's getting the wake-up call? The entire team today took it on the chin. The entire team today got embarrassed. The entire team today came out, and whatever efforts we gave, it was nowhere near good enough. We not on that level. Better record, yeah, we got the better record. Yeah, we now 10-2. San Francisco is now 10-3 or 9-3 or 10-3. Whatever the record is. All right. But so what? Head to head, we seen what happened with Texas and Alabama and Georgia. You know, you got the better record, but head to head, I beat you. So head to head, I'm in front of you. All right, so we got some things to do. We got some wounds to lick, but it's not like we need to go back and figure out what's wrong. We know what's wrong. It's been wrong. It's been wrong this entire time. We have not been able to fix what's wrong to make it right. And nobody knows how to do it. They interview the players, and the players say, "I'm not sure. We just gotta go out there and play better. We just gotta go out there and put it all together. Offense, defense, special teams. We just gotta go out there and do it." Well, what's going on? Is it if the players not doing it, the coach is not getting it done? So what's going on? It was only a matter of time before a type of game like this happened where the Philadelphia Eagles was going to go smack up against somebody and get punched in the mouth. And I never thought that I would see the bully get bullied. But that's exactly what happened today with the Philadelphia Eagles. All right? And I'm not trying to be all hyperbolic and shit like that, but, man, the Philadelphia Eagles, man, you know, the biggest thing about the Philadelphia Eagles is that we just outwill you. We will outwill an opponent. But I feel like our will was broken today. It just was on defense. It just was. It seems like once San Fran got it going, we couldn't stop them. They had an answer for everything that we was trying to do. They had more energy than we had. And I'm not making no excuses. And I mean, I'm not here to make an excuse. I don't play on the team. But when people say that San Francisco had extra days of rest, they had 10 days of rest, and the Eagles didn't listen. The schedule is a schedule, man. All right, when you get on that field, you competing. Like, I understand that they might have been a little bit fresher, but how much of that really played into this game? You can't quantify how much that played into the game. But what I can say is the preparedness. I can say the coaching matters. I can say the execution matters. Those are the things that I saw that were factors in this game. Not how much rest if another team had 3 days extra of rest. Now, they may have had 3 days extra of preparation, and maybe that's what helped them get more ready for the game than you. Okay, that might be a legitimate gripe, man. But the Philadelphia Eagles, man, got their asses handed to them today, period. Point blank, period. This wasn't a close game. It wasn't that, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what you saw. That's not what happened, all right? Now, I don't understand what's going on, why we got 4 running backs and we're not giving them the ball. I've seen teams run the ball on San Francisco. If your strength is running the football, then that's what you do. The Philadelphia Eagles came into the game today, the number one defense, still the number one defense against the run. And San Francisco said, we are going to run the football. The Buffalo Bills last week said, we are going to run the football. The Kansas City Chiefs the week before that said, we are going to run the football. And they ran it on us. 100 yards, over 100 yards apiece. So why don't we then take that same attitude and say we are going to run the football? because that's what makes us better. That's what helps us get open. That's what keeps us in a rhythm. That's what keeps the chains moving. That's what helps us in the red zone. We are going to figure it out, but we abandoned the run way too soon. Way too soon. We abandoned it. And I'm not so sure. And we made it, we showed fear. And you can't do that with a team like San Francisco. We played right into their hands today, man. Thoroughly outcoached, thoroughly disappointed in what I saw in the product on the field, man. Now, yes, on the other side of things, on the brighter side, this Philadelphia Eagles team is 10-2 with a chance to go to Dallas, with a chance to sweep Dallas and clinch the division. All right? That's going to be a very tough game. We'll talk about that later on during the week. And the next podcast, we'll turn the page to that. But or maybe the next one after that, because we'll still be trying to analyze this game. But, man, the Philadelphia Eagles just missed a clear opportunity to clinch that and grab a strong hold on that number one overall spot. Can the Eagles still get it? Yeah, they can still get it. They got 2 tough games against against Dallas and Seattle. And then they got a couple easy games to end it out. San Francisco still has to play Baltimore. I think they play the Lions, I think maybe still. I'm not 100% sure. But, you know, we had an opportunity. We did, man. We had an opportunity. We came up empty twice in the red zone. We just came away with 3 points instead of 6. And I think that really changed the game and how the game was called and how the momentum of the game went, man. All right, but the Philadelphia Eagles get their asses beat 42-19, man. And I don't know. We got to figure out where we're going from here, man. It's your boy, TK the Official, man. This has been TK Sports Talk. The Philadelphia Eagles take an L to the San Francisco 49ers, but they're still number 1 in the NFC, okay? So it'll be all right, man. Let's go Birds. Have a great Eagles Day.